Hello dear aspirants, welcome to GDC class YouTube channel. And you know that GDC started Target Pharma 360-degree series where it can focus on all India pharmacist examination and DI examination as well. Okay, so you know very well because we have uploaded so many videos. Okay, but in this video I'm going to start with the alkaloids topic, right? And this is an important topic in terms of pharmacognosy subject. Okay, yes, so you know that for every Target Pharma 360 degrees, we are going to have a 20 multiple questions with a very detailed explanation. Okay, and now today I'm going to focus on the alkaloids part 1. Okay, yes, let us start the today's video. First question in the alkaloids. In the process of extraction, ethanol is used as a solvent for, yes, ethanol is or alcohol is an ideal solvent for which of the following, because based on the chemical properties and physical properties of the secondary metabolites, we will choose a solvent. But one, that is ethanol or alcohol, is an ideal solvent for which of the following things: sucrose, waxes, alkaloids and gums. What could be the right answer? Yes, please comment down your right answer with the question number. Okay, question number 1, and please, please mention the answer in the comment box. Okay, yes, let me check the right answer. Undoubtedly, option C is right, because for the alkaloids, okay, ethanol or methanols tend to be the best solvent for the extraction of alkaloids. For alkaloids, yes. So based on the physical chemical properties, okay, yes, when you check the chemical properties of the alkaloids, okay, they are available as a free salts of organic acid. Okay, so alkaloids are available as a free salts of organic acid, free salts of organic acids, and as well as they are available as a free bases. They are available as a free bases. Okay, two forms they are available. Okay, but the free bases are only, and mostly free bases are soluble in ethanol or methanol or alcohol. Okay, and this salt form can also be solubilized in water, but for all alkaloids, so considering the average, the alkaloids are more freely soluble in the methanol or ethanol. That's the reason. Do remember, okay, whenever you started extracting the alkaloids, that could be, ethanol could be the right solvent for you. Okay, and you can see the procedure what we have mentioned here. Okay, yes. Moving to the next question. I hope you understand. Next one. Which are the following types of alkaloids that includes mainly steroidal? Okay. Which are the following alkaloids includes mainly steroidal, terpenoid, and purine, and not derived from amino acids. Here the examiner gave you two hints. Okay, and not derived from the amino acids, not derived from the amino acids, and as well as a mainly steroidal also there. Terpenoidal and purine also comes under which of the following classification? First one, protoalkaloids. Okay, proto, pseudo, true, and cyclopeptide alkaloids. So majorly we have classified the alkaloids into three types. In that three types we have subdivided and we have mentioned examples. True alkaloids means, right. So true man with ring. The code is true man with ring. If the particular, what do you mean by alkaloid? Alkaloid is nothing but nitrogen containing heterocyclic ring. Okay, this is a true alkaloid. All if the particular example or the alkaloid is containing nitrogen inside the ring, that could be the true alkaloid. Okay, what is a proto-alkaloid? What is a proto-alkaloid? Yes, it is a proto version of the alkaloid, which means if the ring is present adjacent to the ring position, if the nitrogen is present adjacent to the position. But the third one is pseudo-alkaloids. Okay, pseudo-alkaloids. They also contain the uh, they also contain the heterocyclic ring, but they are not at all derived from the amino acids. They are not at all derived from the amino acids. Pseudo-alkaloids are not derived from the amino acids. That's the reason. Okay, that's the reason. The answer will be pseudo-alkaloids. Sometimes we need to look for the hint, or maybe the particular lead to the question. Okay, so not derived from the amino acids are pseudo-alkaloids. That's the only hint. Okay, pseudo-alkaloids are not derived from the amino acids, but they do exhibit all the properties like alkaloids. Okay, yes. So we can found the steroidal, terpenoid, and purine alkaloids in the classification of pseudo-alkaloids. You can see here. Okay, pseudo-alkaloids: purine, terpene. Okay, terpene and purine alkaloids. Purine, terpene, and steroid alkaloids. I told you. So they are not derived from the amino acid. Pseudo-alkaloids. Okay. Yes. Proto-alkaloids also known as amino alkaloids. And true alkaloids are nothing but nitrogen is present in the uh, heterocyclic ring. Yes. So that's about the pseudoalkaloids. Next question. The ring structure present in strychnine alkaloid is the ring structure present in strychnine alkaloid is strychnine belongs to now immediately. So they gave the chemical concept name here, and immediately you should check what type of plant it was, because in the classification we have mentioned the examples. Okay. So strychnine is obtained from the uh, Naxomica. It is obtained from the Naxomica, and the source is Strychnus naxomica or Strychnus naxplenda belonging to family Loganaceae. But what type of ring structure is present in it? In order to remember that, okay, you should check the classification. Okay, Naxomica belongs to which classification? Naxomica belongs to indole classification, or indole nucleus is present. All right, no, I'll give you one hint to remember the examples for this one. Okay, do remember shortcut called NIPER to remember all the example for the indole class. Okay, N stand for Naxomica, I stand for Vinca, where the Vinca contains I, right? So Vinca, P stand for phytosigma, A stand for ergot, and R stand for Rauwolfia. Okay, so in all these 5 species, we do contain indole alkaloids. Okay, indole alkaloids. So for purine, caffeine, okay. For phenanthrene, opium and everything, opium alkaloids. For imidazole, we do get the pilocarpine. Okay, yes. So strychnine contains what type of alkaloid? What type of ring structure here? Indole. Okay, indole structure is there. Yes, again see ergot, Naxomica, Rauwolfia, Vinca, phytostigma. Okay, yes, that's it. Next question. Which alkaloid is optically inactive? So this question is directly from the physical and chemical properties. Okay, not all the alkaloids are physically active, but only two, except two. Okay, except two alkaloids, remaining all are optically active. So only two are optically inactive. Okay, optically. Okay, optically inactive. Okay, optically inactive. Okay. So OP means optically, IN means inactive, optically inactive. So the right answer is atropine and papaverine. Okay. So atropine and the papaverine, these two are the optically inactive. Okay. Do remember like that? Okay. OP optically, IN inactive. Like how you need to remember? Optically inactive. Clear? Is it clear? Nowhere you can find such type of hint. Okay. Optically inactive. Atropine as well as papaverine. Okay. So this is one of the important property of the alkaloids. Okay. Yes. Atropine and papaverine optically inactive. Remaining are optically active. They do exhibit the optical rotation. Either they become a levorotatory or dextrorotatory. Clear? Yes. So that's it. The next question, and do comment your answers. Don't forget. Don't forget. Okay. Yes. Papaverine and atropine, and also we should check the other exceptional characteristics. All the alkaloids are mostly colorless except a few. Okay, betadine, sanguinary, and berberine. Okay, remaining all are colorless alkaloids, but these three are colored alkaloids. Okay, betadine is a red color, sanguinary is in a copper red color, and or orange color, berberine is a yellow color. And also there are important exceptional characteristics like some of the mostly colorless solids. All alkaloids are mostly 99% they are colorless solids, but only few, except few such as okay, nicotine and quinine. These are the liquid alkaloids. They'll ask you this question as well. Nicotine, okay, and okay, quinine are the oxygen-free alkaloids, and as well as along with that nicotine, quinine, and spartine. These are the okay liquid alkaloids. So volatile liquid alkaloids. These two are oxygen-free. Okay, and along with that, if you add spartine, these three are CSN. Okay, CSN or SCN. Do remember like that. Okay, cyanide. Do remember like that. Okay, cyanide form, short form is cyanide. Okay, so cyanide is a liquid. Like how you need to remember. Okay, nicotine, spartine, and quinine. These three are the liquid alkaloids. All alkaloids are colorless except berberine, sanguinary, and betadine. All alkaloids are liquids. Sorry, solids except quinine, nicotine, and spartine. Okay. Yes, and also the question is mainly here optical inactive are papaverine and atropine. Yeah. Yes. Next question. 𝙤𝙬𝘖𝙏 is under the chemical class of which alkaloids? For that reason, I told you in the theory class as well. Okay, so it is very important to, because alkaloids are widely distributed. The classification is very huge. Okay, but tell me, Ardatoda vasica or vasicin, which is in a bronchodilator, will belongs to which classification, or it contains which type of nucleus in it? Tell me, either quinazoline, isoquinoline, quinol or indolin. Indol we can eliminate one option because we already seen that indol niper. Remember, no, remove indol. Okay, quinolin. So for that, quinolin, cinchona and campotica. So remove that and tell me from among these two, quinazoline or isoquinoline. Yes, undoubtedly. Option A is right. Quinazoline. Okay, Adathoda Vasica belongs to the quinazoline nucleus. It contains quinazoline nucleus. Okay, this table is very important. Try to remember this classification because example based questions are most expected in this examination. Okay. Yes. Next question. Listed below are the chemical tests used to identify the some group of phytoconjugates, but identify the test for the detection of pure alkaloids. Simple question. Which of the following tests is used to identify the pure alkaloids? Example, nothing but caffeine. Okay, caffeine, xanthine, okay, cocaine, all these are pure alkaloids. Now tell me. So, Kilani test, Murex test, Shinoda test, and Vital and Morin test. Here, in such type of questions, simply you need to apply one thing, elimination method. You know the right answer, you know some answers. Okay, so you know some options in this question. Okay, so immediately you know that directly they are not related to this question. Directly this answer is not related to the question. Such type of options can be eliminated, like Vital Morin test is for alkaloids, you can eliminate this option. Shinoda test is for flavonoids, you can eliminate this option. Okay, �々test is for the cardiac glycoside test. Am I right? Not so. The undoubtedly the answer is Murex test, and I'll give you one hint that pure example is caffeine. Okay, caffeine is mixed into the milk. Okay, and milk starts with M, and M is Murex test. Do remember like that. Okay, Murex test. Whereas Vitalin color gives a violet color, whereas the Murex test gives a purple color. Okay, purple color at the end of the test. Okay, yes. So, pure example is caffeine. Caffeine is mixed into the milk, and milk starts with M, and M is Murex test. Okay, yes. Next. Answer is Murex test. Okay, you can see. So chemical test Murex is for the caffeine. You can see here. Okay, when the pure alkaloids with HCl and KCl and dilute ammonia, it gives a purple color. That gives a purple color. That's a Murex test. Okay, hydrochloric acid plus potassium chloride when added and heated to dryness, purple color is obtained. Okay, very important test. Next, papaver is alkaloid which is used for, what is the use of papaver? Papaver is an opium alkaloid, right? It is an opium alkaloid. Okay. Yes, coming to that. So, what is the use of papaver? Papaver somniferum, so which is obtained from the opium, whether it is used for cough suppression, analgesia, skeletal muscle contraction, or vasodilation. Tell me what is the use of the papaver? Okay, papaver is used as a vasodilator, vasodilation. Even though opium alkaloids are, there are several types, benzyl isoquinoline alkaloids, okay, and phenanthrin alkaloids, okay, morphine, codeine, thebaine, but they do exhibit different pharmacological action. But whereas opium, it contains, okay, here itself in that papaverin is a smooth muscle relaxant, as well as it is a smooth muscle relaxant action, and also it is used to cure the muscle spasm and bronchial tract and blood vessel. So now used for the vasodilation, blood vessels. Okay, and do remember it is obtained from it is a dried milky latex. It is a dried milky latex, which means it is an unorganized drug. It is an unorganized drug. Do remember this one also. It is an unorganized drug, dear aspirants. Okay, it is an unorganized drug. Okay, and belongs to the obtained from the unripened capsules of Papaver somniferum melon family, Papaveraceae. But whereas it is used for the vasodilation. Okay, yes, and synonym is FM. Okay, from this particular opium poppy capsule, we do made the incisions. Okay, and yes, we will collect the dried milky latex that can be used to obtain the opium alkaloids. Okay, yes. Next, aconite belongs to the group of, so aconite belongs to group of, whether it is steroid alkaloid or terpenoid alkaloid or indole alkaloid or quinol alkaloid or quinol alkaloids. Yes. So tell me what is the right answer? Comment below. What is the right answer? Okay. Yes. So undoubtedly aconite belongs to terpenoidal. Okay. Aconite belongs to terpenoidal. T stands for terpenoidal. It belongs to terpenoidal classification. You can see here it is belongs to the terpenoidal classification. That's the reason. So from the alkaloids, we can expect most number of questions from the examples. Okay. Yes. Next, reagents are used in the Vitaly-Morin test used for the identification of tropane alkaloids. I told you already, Vitaly-Morin test is for the tropane alkaloids. Do remember some specific identification test for remembrance of some elements. Okay. So, what is the composition or reagents are used in the tropane alkaloids? Whether nitric acid plus 3% is NaOH? No, not at all. Okay, fuming nitric acid plus 3% is KCl in the methanol. Fuming nitric acid plus 1% KCl in methanol, and fuming nitric acid plus 3% KOH in methanol. Exactly. Last option is correct. Fuming HNO3, okay, plus 3% of KOH in methanol is used for the identification. Okay, in the Vitaly-Morin test. Yeah? Yes. Fuming nitric acid plus KOH solution is used for the identification of tropane alkaloids. That is for the Vitaly-Morin test, it gives a violet color. Okay, that confirms the presence of tropane alkaloids. And also apart from that, 𝘎𝙎 test is also there, and a test for coca is also there. Yeah? Yes. Which means in simple, when you add the test sample, which means tropane alkaloids also, or the sample in the mercury chloride solution in 50% of alcohol. Okay, when you made the solution and when you add the sample to the solution, okay, if it gives a white precipitate, that is hyoscine. If it gives a red color with heat, that is hyosamine, and red color without heat, it is an atropine. So that is also one of the identification tests for the alkaloids. Okay, 𝘎𝙎 test. Next, diastatic stomata and sessile glandular trochomes are present in which type of alkaloids? Yes, when it comes to microscopy, we need to remember a few drugs, more than 6 drugs, more than 10 drugs we need to remember. Okay, so in that, diastatic stomata has been found in which of the following? Senna, camphor, Vasica, and Lobelia. What type of, which of the following contains diastatic stomata? Okay, comment down if you know the answer. Yes, undoubtedly the answer is Vasica. Vasica contains glandular trichomes as well as diastatic or caryophyllous stomata. Clear? So Vasica contains says glandular trichomes as well as diastatic and caryophyllous stomata. Okay? Yes. It is a quinazole alkaloid. Yes. Type of stomata present in vinca plant. Again, the question is from the microscopy. Type of stomata present in vinca plant. Okay, cruciferous, ranonucleus, caryophyllous, and radiated. Okay, we do have different types. I know parasitic, diastatic, anamocytic, anisocytic, right, and actinocytic. So, and again they are known as cruciferous, ranonucleus, caryophyllous, and radiated type of alkaloid. Sorry, stomatas. Now tell me, what type of stomata can be found in this? Undoubtedly, cruciferous or anisocytic stomata, irregular cell type of stomata is found in. Okay, vinca contains cruciferous or irregular type of stomata is found in was vinca leaf. Okay, and but here the calcium oxalate crystals are absent, dear aspirants. Okay, yes. So this was a TS of vinca leaf. Okay, yes. Next. Tropane nucleus is combination of, yes, tropane nucleus combination of whether it is a pyrrolidine and piperidine, pyrrolidine and pyridine, pyrrolidine and oxygen, and pyrrolidine and pyridine and oxygen. Do remember, oxygen is not at all a part of the tropane nucleus. So eliminate these two options, and now tell me what is the right answer from the option A and B. Okay. So undoubtedly that could be the option A, pyrrolidine and pyridine, okay, piperidine, sorry, pyrrolidine and piperidine, you can see here, okay. So N-methyl pyrrolidine and piperidine is a example for the tropane nucleus. And yes, the tropane alkaloids are the chemotaxonomic feature for the Solanaceae family plants. Okay, and yes, for more such type of content you can find in all our GDC Navigator series, module 1 and page number 79. That is a reference. Okay, so you will have such type of value addition content in our modules, and do purchase and do get our modules, so you'll get a lot of content regarding your exam preparation. Okay, yes. Next question. In coffee seed, caffeine is present as a salt of, yes, alkaloids are present, as I told you already. Okay, free salts with their corresponding organic acid, because okay, Every alkaloids, they have the corresponding alkaloid, corresponding acid. Morphine with mechanoic acid. Okay. Caffeine with what type of acid is present? Okay. And yes, so the acid present in it is chlorogenic acid. Okay, chlorogenic acid. Every okay. Morphine with mechanoic acid. Okay. So like how here itself. And ergot alkaloids with lysergic acid. Clear? Every alkaloid has the corresponding acid. Okay, for exhibiting the physical chemical properties. Okay, so caffeine contains a chlorogenic acid as a salt. Caffeine present as a chlorogenic acid. Okay, free salt of organic acid, but this one caffeine is available as chlorogenic acid. C caffeine and C chlorogenic acid. Okay, yes. Okay, so they exhibit as a chlorogenic acid, and it is mainly as seen as stimulant and diuretic actions are there mostly. Okay, and these are the structures of caffeic acid as well as chlorogenic acid. These two types of acid are there. Chlorogenic acid and caffeic acid has been found in this particular coffee. Okay, yes. Next question. Which of the following plants source of anti-cancer drug vinblastine, vinca, vincristin and vinblastine has obtained from which of the following? Catharanthus roseus, Cinchona officinalis, Embolica officinalis and Rauwolfia serpentina. We know that Cinchona not at all. Embolica means amla. Rauwolfia means reserpine or Rauwolfia, and the right answer will be Catharanthus roseus or Vinca rosea, member family Apocynaceae. Okay, vincristin and vinblastine is obtained from the vincristin and vinblastine obtained from the Catharanthus roseus belong to family Apocynaceae. Okay, all indole alkaloids, vincristin, vinblastine, vincostin, vinleucosin. Okay, all these things are obtained from the Catharanthus roseus. Okay, it is known as a periwinkle or sadabahar. Okay, periwinkle or sadabahar, an anti-cancer drug. Anti-cancer drug. But from the vinblastine, okay, vinblastine is mostly available in the plant, produce more amounts in the plant, but when you subject them to N-methylation, okay, it gives a vincristin which is having superior activity. Okay, yes, it is an anti-cancer drug. Yes. Next question. Don't forget to mention your answers in the comment box, your aspirants. Okay, tell me how many marks you have got out of 20 in this question. Okay, Lobelia solution when heated with a typical order. Okay, when heated in a typical order, when you see when you add a when you prepare Lobelia solution, okay, when you heat it, and what type of water is obtained, and because of acetophenone, phenol, and acetone and lobelin. Okay. Yes. A typical order is obtained in the when you heat the lobelia solution, and the reason behind that is acetophenone. Okay. When you hit the lobelia solution, a typical order is obtained, and just because of acetophenone. Okay. That's the right answer. Okay. And yes, you can see here. Okay. So it contains a typical order is obtained from the especially from the when lubin is boiling, acetophenone recognized by the smell. Okay, so it is prime indication. If you smell a typical odor when you heat the lobelia, that could be the acetophenone, and there's a confirmation for the lobelia. Okay, lobelia is known as asthma weed or Indian tobacco. Do remember this synonym, very important. Okay, asthma weed and Indian tobacco, because you know the synonym, the genus name is like that. Okay, lobelia nicotiana folia, nicotine tobacco, right? And also asthma weed, it is used for the treatment of asthma. That's the reason it is asthma weed. Okay, and yes, it contains lobelia and lobelin and is used in the treatment of asthma. And yes, you can find this all the stuff in the pharmacognosy modules. Okay, we have no, they are available in our GDC class app exclusively. Okay, and you can go and purchase them from our GDC class app. Next question. Emitin is an alkaloid of ipecaca, acts as a what is a emitin? Okay, what is the use of emitin? That is an antiseptic, anti-protozoal, anti-malarial, or anti-gout. Anti-gout. So what is the right answer here? Yes, emitin in generally it is used as an anti-protozoal. Actually, in concentration based, okay, you know, lower concentration it can have exhibit two properties. You can see here, okay. Yes, expect emitin acts as a expectorant in small concentration, and emitin acts as a expectorant in small doses and emetic in higher doses. Okay, actually it is having two properties. In higher doses it acts as a emetic, in small doses acts as an expectorant. But here our question is it is an anti-protozoal. Okay, emitin hydrochloride acts as a anti-protozoal and highly toxic to the amoeba. Okay, it is an anti-protozoal. Ipicanca. Saphalis ipicanca. Saphalis ipicanca. Okay, yes, anti-protozoal. Next question. We are almost at alkaloids in Syncona bark are detected by what is the identification test for alkaloids? Okay, whether it is iodine test, okay, whether it's iodine test or thalloquine test, Mollis test, and Marcus test. You can eliminate two options from here, iodine and Mollis test. And yes, Synconas belong to the quinoline alkaloids. Synconas belong to the quinoline alkaloids. Okay, I'll give you a hint. Queen, where you found these three letters or four letters in this queen, thalloquine. Okay, in the solution, okay, when you add a glacialistic acid and dilute ammonia, okay, it gives emerald green color. Emerald green color, thalloquine is the right answer for identification of alkaloids. Okay, blood test, okay, and UV fluorescence test is there. Okay, yes, it is known as a 𝙂𝙎 bark and Peruvian bark obtained from the four sources: Cinchona calisaya, Cinchona succirubra, Cinchona officinalis, and Cinchona ledgeriana. Okay, belong to family Rubiaceae, but among that, ledgeriana has a higher concentration. You can see 6 to 10% is obtained from the Cinchona ledgeriana. Do you remember Cinchona is known as 𝙂𝙎 bark or Peruvian bark? Highest concentration of quinol clots has been found in Cinchona ledgeriana. Okay, but whereas it is a identification test for synchronize thalloquine. So in this way, you can found when you add a bromine water and dilute ammonia solution, it gives an emerald green color. That is an identification test for the important identification test for the synchrona. Okay, you can see the difference. You know this text or this image we have inserted directly from the our modules, our own prepared modules from the JDC Navigator series module 1, page number 85 to 86. Okay, clear? Yes. So Syncona having a addition thalloquine test. Next, select the consist of alkaloids according to the class respectively. Okay, indole. What is the example for indole, imidazole, and isoquinone? Accordingly, first indole alkaloids we should find out imidazole and isoquinone. So we have a range here, and based on that you should find out. Okay, firstly, what is indole alkaloid here? Okay, indole alkaloid. Okay, ergotamine and ergometrin. These two ergot is indole alkaloid. So eliminate these two options. Is it possible? No, because strychnine is also belongs to the strychnine. Naxomica is also indole alkaloid. Okay, yes, you can denote C option. But whereas imidazole, okay, imidazole. So within this option, we can simply find out the right answer. Okay, imidazole is pilocarpine. Okay, imidazole is pilocarpine. Ergotamine is indole ergot. Okay, pilocarpine, pilocarpine, so imidazole ring, and opium is a isoquinoline alkaloid. So is it clear? Yes, okay, these are the examples. Okay, imidazole, pilocarpus, indole, okay, and isoquinoline is opium. Okay, so we have mentioned the reference below the text. Find out in our GDC module C. Okay, yes, Naxomic is an example type of alkaloid. Already we have discussed Sniper. Sniper is a code. Naxomica, Vinca, Phytostigma, Ergot, and Rauwolfia. These are the shortcuts to remember indole alkaloids, which means Naxomica belongs to indole type of alkaloid, indole classification, right? Yes. So you can see indole, it is belong to the indole, ergot, Naxomica, Phytostigma, okay, and Reserpine and Vinca. Okay. Yes. And these are the other classification. And last question of this series, and do not forget to mention how many right answers you have got in this total series. Okay, belladonna contains microscopy. Directly the question is from the directly microscopy for belladonna. Okay, Atropa belladonna, it contains anisocytic stomata, non-glandular trichomes, cluster crystals, multilayered pad cells, anisocytic stomata, glandular trichomes, and cluster crystals, anisocytic stomata, glandular trichomes, acyclic calcium crystals, okay, and anamocytic stomata. Simple. Find out what type of stomata and what type of trichomes are present in it, and thereby it will become very easy. That's the reason it should remember there are two minimum of two important features, microscopic feature, thereby it will become very easy. Okay, yes, undoubtedly the right answer is it contains anisocytic stomata, glandular trichomes, and cluster crystals. This is a one phenomenon you should remember. Okay, BC. Cluster crystals of calcium oxalate can be found in belladonna. That is a sign and that is an example for the cluster crystals and calcium oxalate crystals has been found in this uh, okay belladonna. Yeah. Yes. These are the 20 important questions from the Alkaloids Part 1 in your Target Pharma 360-degree series, where it can help you, I can assure you, for all your DI and Pharms examination. Okay. Yes, but do not forget to mention how many right answers you have got from the 20, and do not forget to subscribe if you are not subscribed to this channel. Okay. And do comment and share to your friends. Okay. Thank you. Have a great day. Jai Hind.